What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got the full review of one of the most interesting budget mid-range smartphones to drop recently, the Tecno Pova Curve 5G. It promises flagship-like style and serious gaming power without the flagship price tag. Question is, does it deliver? Let's dive right in and find out. First up, let's talk about the build quality and the design. While the frame is plastic, Tecno has done fantastic job on the aesthetics. This curved design, it genuinely feels premium in hand. It's one of the best looking Tecno phones I've ever seen. Now the back is not fingerprint friendly. That's a big plus. Still, you might want to rock the included case to protect your device. Speaking of protection, we get an IP64 rating for dust and splash resistance, which is a nice peace of mind. The star of the show here is definitely the massive curved AMOLED screen. At this price point, a curved display is a huge draw and it looks vibrant. In terms of screen brightness and color tuning, I have zero complaints. The colors are rich, much better calibrated than some of their previous devices. A quick note on what you don't get. There's no free screen protector, no SD card expansion, and no 3.5mm headphone jack. Those are the trade-offs for this sleek design. Under the hood, we have the MediaTek Dimensity 7300 Ultimate, paired with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Your day-to-day browsing and multitasking are a breeze thanks to the generous RAM. It's buttery smooth. Out of the box, we have Android 15 skinned with iOS 15.1. The menu settings are familiar, but greeted with Tecno's growing suite of AI features. While I'm not a huge fan of AI, the AI wallpaper generator is a fun little gimmick most people might try out. The one major bummer, the latest security patch is still back in August. We really need to see faster and more consistent security patch updates from Tecno here. Now let's head into gaming, which is Pova series' specialty. The Dimensity 7300 Ultimate is the beast for a mid-range smartphone. With Mobile Legends, we set the frame rate to Ultra and the resolution to HD. Visually, it looks stunning on this AMOLED screen. I didn't experience any lag or frame drops. For Call of Duty Mobile, we found the sweet spot to be the setting the graphics to very high and the frame rate to max. If you push the frame rate to Ultra, graphics automatically set to low. I suggest to stick to this combination and your gameplay is buttery smooth, zero drops. And for PUBG Mobile, graphics at HD and frame rate on Ultra. Same story, no lag, no frame drops. Overall, this phone is a fantastic budget gaming machine. The 5500 mAh battery also ensures you get a solid gaming session. Let's switch gear to camera performance. We have a 64 megapixels main rear camera utilizing the well-regarded Sony IMX682 sensor, and a 13 megapixels front camera using a Galaxy Core sensor. By default, they shoot at 16.1 megapixels rear and 13.1 megapixels front respectively. When shooting video, we noticed a color shift when shooting at 1080p. But interestingly, at 4K, the color shift is barely noticeable. However, 1080p tends to look better overall for social media, which is a bit of a trade-off you'll have to decide on. Also, pay attention to the stabilization. When shooting video while walking, the stabilization introduces that jelly-like effect we all dislike. You're better off using without stabilization and keep your movements minimal or use a gimbal. Moving to photos, the primary sensor is capable but there are some caveats. In this sample of the trees, you can see a common Tecno characteristics, a lack of fine detail separation. You can only really notice this when you zoom in. In this other sample, it was able to shoot a very clean and subtle bokeh effect. This next photo looks clean, but again, when you zoom, you start to see some blurriness. I found that the camera is not reliable for capturing fast-moving subjects. But if your subject is still, even from afar, the detail is nearly recognizable. And the HDR is good for balancing bright and dark areas. A major plus, I think, the photo is influenced by AI enhancement, which keeps the photo looks good. For low light test, I can't complain. We get good contrast and a nice vintage look. As for selfies with that 13 megapixels front camera, it's good enough for its price. When using the selfie video, it maintained a clean image even when shooting against the bright light. So what's the final verdict for the Tecno Pova Curve 5G? If you want a stylish phone with genuinely premium curved AMOLED screen, great battery life, and a powerful mid-range gaming performance, this is a compelling option. The camera is reliable for still photos, but for video, while it gets the job done, it's certainly not the best in its price range. Its original suggested retail price was 13,999 pesos. But the great news is, you can currently snag this phone online for as low as 10,500 pesos, or sometimes even lower with flash sales. Is it worth the cost? For me, absolutely, as long as you get it at that discounted price point. It offers a unique design and strong performance for a budget that's hard to beat. What do you all think of the Tecno Pova Curve 5G? Let me know in the comments below.